I'm going to show you what it's like to change your tires for the first time on your own. Every video I watch is like somebody has done it 100 times and they make it look easy. Hopefully you can learn something from this. Let's get into it. Maybe I'll put a link in the description for these and everything else I can. Maybe I'll get a little kickback off of that. That'd be great. If not, whatever. This is just to show you guys, to teach you guys. And if you learn something, hit that like button, please. All right, part of changing your tires is you're gonna have to rebalance your wheels. So these wheel weights are gonna have to come off. I have this automotive prep spray. It's more for prepping your surface before you paint, but I found it to be really good at getting sticky stuff off, like the stuff that's gonna be left behind on these. All right, I think I got everything I need. The clamps, because I saw someone break a bead with those. The tire spoons, got the rim protectors, and I think that's it. Everybody uses Windex, but for some reason I can't find any in my house. I'm gonna use this degreaser. These valves, hopefully you can see that on camera, they're just they're straight across. They got threads, and then the tool fits over it, and you can screw it and unscrew it. It feels like it's on like a swivel there, and it just screws right in. To this side. She's really holding on there. I'm gonna try another way I saw. With a shovel. Maybe I'll throw a rim protector on there just for good measure. Guess this is why you can get bead breakers. It looks kind of like it might have, I don't know. I've never done this before. I'm giving these clamps everything I got, and it sounds like this one's slipping.
This tire is stiff. I think it's broke here, but I'm gonna go the whole way around with the shovel. It looks a lot like it's off. I can't tell for sure because I've never done this before. There it is. Maybe I had to work the soap in there a little bit, but it's obvious when you do break it. And that was just the shovel that did it. The clamps, I don't think, they just don't have enough clamping force. Maybe you have bigger ones. I'm gonna try just the shovel on this side. And I guess I cannot recommend this to you because you could get hurt. So this is just for entertainment purposes. This tire keeps flipping around. I keep feeling like it's gonna flip up on me. There it went. Yep. I'm about 190 pounds and I really got to jump on that shovel, but it's loose. Time to start prying. I want to wipe this dry a little bit so I'm not getting this degreased. Lock this bad boy down under the brake rotor.
I watched a video last night. A guy explained something that I haven't seen anyone explain yet, which is basically the little curvature down in here. So last night when I was trying to pry the tire over, I was sitting up on the, most likely, I don't know, I was probably on this lip here with the starting side. And when you're trying to pry the opposite side over, it's almost impossible. It pretty much is. And this guy explained how you gotta push the tire down into the drop center here. As you can see, it's gonna be a much smaller circumference and give you a lot more tire to work with.
Doesn't seem like it's gonna be too hard at all. It's just breaking that bead. I am using this more curved side. This one's just slanted. This one's got a curve to it. And it seems like that's taking my tire off. Oh, there it is. And you just pull it the rest of the way around. Get these out. this out of my way. And that side is done. Now, what I've seen quite a bit is to get your rim protector on. Once you have it over, this is what I mean about guys who've done this plenty of times. They make that look easy. Careful with your wheels. Oh, so I'm probably hitting my brake rotor. So let me slide this up some. And there it is. One tire off. Alright, just something I don't usually see people show, because I've never done any tires. Not a lot of people get to see this, but you can see this groove. There's a little hump on each side. That's where you're trying to break your bead over that. Your tire sits on this side, and you're just trying to push that tire over that hump to break the bead. Once you pop that, it's pretty easy. The rest of it, I mean, just comes with it. On your wheel, or on my wheel, there's a directional arrow on the spoke. That way you know which way the wheel spins, because then you gotta put the tire on the right way. So this is pointing this way, that it rotates counterclockwise. And your tire arrow, so that's pointing clockwise. So I'm gonna flip this around, and that's how it's gonna go on the rim. Line your yellow dot up with the valve stem as close as you can get it. Alright, so you want to put this bottom on and kind of get your tire started. like they say, little bites, little bites. She is on that side. So yeah, the small bites made a big difference. Don't try to put huge chunks of the tire on all at once. My yellow dot isn't lined up anymore. I guess I already forgot to keep that there, but look at that. It's not on yet. You can still line it up. So I'm gonna put one side on first. It's a little messy. Get that on as far as you can by hand. Little bites, little bites. Coming back off, so you gotta make sure you're holding this on, keeping pressure on it. It does want to pop back off. This really sucks on your knees. I'm in my mid-40s, so it sucks extra special. That came back off a little bit. You really gotta hold this down. I'm gonna try standing on it. Keep it wet. It really does want to come back off. So keep that pressure up there. This is the hardest part so far, besides breaking the bead. To me anyway. And I guess this is why we have more than one spoon. bite, just get it over that lip. Oh yeah, there it is. And here we go with the rear tire. Empty the air. I hope you guys can see this. My GoPro's on my head. I have my phone recording over here for that view. But sorry if it's a bad angle. I'm trying to show you guys everything I can. Again, I assumed hopefully that front one was the worst one, because this one should have some more flex to it since it's wider. Oh, flipped the wheel up. That's what I was afraid of. I'm gonna try to get a little bit closer in there. Maybe I'll throw a rim protector. Alright. Let's try these wood clamps again. If they're wide, not even wide enough. Try to let some of that degreaser get down in there. Oh, hit my wheel again. Keep feeling like that wheel. This wheel just keeps flipping. So, might be worth buying yourself a bead breaker. I'm a cheap ass. Alright guys, I'm having a really hard time with this rear wheel bead, breaking it. I brought it out here to the driveway where it's stiff, solid. Tucked it under the bumper of a car. Even threw some wood blocks in there because it was still moving. And I'm still having a really hard time breaking this bead. So, just trying to be real with you guys. It's not easy at this point. So this one, again, it's got a little hook on there, so it hooks under the rim. I will warn you, it looks like it scraped some paint off on the inside of the rim, not the outside, but I'm just doing a little bit of prying. Let's give her a shot with the shovel. That's lube. I'm also trying to point this shovel straight down. Like I said, it has to come over that little shoulder inside the rim. So you might want to give it even a little bit pressure when you jump to push away from the rim. We got the other side, the other bead broken. My battery died in the meantime. It was still fighting me, but it wasn't as hard as the first side, so maybe it is a matter of just working your way around a little bit first before you're ultimately trying to break the bead, or just get a bead breaker. I feel like that's probably what I'm going to lean towards in the future. This is messier than I expected it to be with all this spraying, and I thought my wheels were clean, but it's probably dirt from the tire. I didn't wash the tires, but the degreaser is probably loosening up the dirt on the tires. Alright, stop using the knees, use your feet. It's a little more of a challenge getting this second one under the rear tire. It's pretty tight. I thought the front one was good. These things suck too. They keep moving. I saw one of them split already. Maybe gotta let some pressure off of this first, or just leave it in there. There we go. So don't quite take that first full bite yet. Get them both in there first. Pop one side up. Man, it's really fighting me. Go for a smaller bite. Let's go at the same time. See how that goes. And once that tire pinches that in there, that's it. Spread them out a little bit. There we go. This should. Once you get that lip over, I don't remember the front tire, but this one really pulls it against the rim. And you really gotta shove this down in there to get under the tire. There we go. Well, had it for a second. I'm gonna go for a smaller bite. It's really slippery too because of all that spray that's in there. And you really gotta stand on this to hold it still. There we go. We're getting somewhere. Look at that. There we go. Not impossible to do this your first time, but it's not easy. She's coming. It's a mess out here. It's ended up taking me a couple hours. Sun's going down. I'm gonna clean this rim up and get the fat piece of meat put on. All right, I was looking for an arrow on the rear rim like the first one had, the front one, but I don't see one, but it's probably because it should be obvious which way the wheel goes, because sprocket goes on this side, brake goes on this side, so the wheel spins this way, counterclockwise. This arrow is pointing counterclockwise, so it's exactly where it needs to be. Got my valve stem lined up with my yellow dot, and gotta get this a little bit wet. Little bites. It's really hard to get it under the tire lip and over the rim because there's no room. All right, I just use this for leverage to pry up on the tire and shove it back down through there. So you want to use this to leverage the tire up, and then you can shove the spoon in further and then work your way over to the tire protector. And she's on. It's a bitch, but it ain't impossible. I need a break. Well, that's it for tonight. Welcome back, guys. It's the next morning. Have a little more optimism for today. So I'm gonna let that warm up a little. As you can see, guys, like I said, I got nothing fancy to work with here. My bike sits outside. I have a cover for it. It's on my back porch. That filing cabinet over there is my tool shed. Comment or like the video. Just if you got anything out of this. I'm not looking to make money off of this. But I just want to know I'm reaching someone. I want to know this is worth it, making videos for people out there. And that's the only way I'm going to know. Try to make it as short as I can, but at the same time I want you to see what this is really like, to get a real perspective and not somebody who's done it 100 times making it look easy. In the downtime last night, I just sat the bead on my front wheel, filled that up. The front wheel's done, but you'll get to see that when I do it on this rear wheel. And so I'm gonna let this warm up a little bit and then we'll get started. All right, I'm gonna work this side on. All right, it's still giving me a lot of trouble, but I might not be in that drop center. It's a real bitch. This is a real bitch. Because if you have it lubed up enough to get it on there, then everything else is slipping off, and I'm getting it into the drop center. It's on my recycle bin now. It's almost a perfect size to work on this. It's just getting killer on me on my knees and bending over. feels like this one's wedged in here pretty good now. I'm almost there. I think the drop center is helping. I really had to get a lot of tension on it first and like smash the tire to stay down in the drop center. And I think it's still down in there. So, little bites. I'm in the drop center, and this tire is still fighting me. Maybe it's too big of a bite. Can hardly even get back under this thing. All right, from the side. Hopefully this one seats, because I really boogered up this rubber here. Might just have to get tight. Last little bit, I can hardly even get this iron in here. Oh, I hope I didn't just make a bad decision. Alright, back on the rim protector. Cross your fingers. There it is. There it is, guys. Sorry, I forgot to re-angle the camera for that. Let's go seat this bead. Hopefully. I'm gonna just look in here. Make sure there's Probably won't be able to, but I was gonna see if there's any rubber I could clean up just to be sure this seat's nice. But we're gonna go in the basement now where my air compressor is and seat the bead. Well, I'll put the valve core back in and show you all that stuff first. No more knees. And it just screws right in. I'm not doing new valve stems altogether because these look like some pretty good quality ones that bolt in. So I'm just gonna leave them in. They haven't failed yet. I don't know exactly. I'm sure these don't have to be super tight, but got them pretty snug. And off to the basement. I'll do both sides. Sorry about the angle again. The camera's on my head, so might be zoomed in on you. One. I'm only at 20 psi. This other one should be going soon. There it is.